Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up.
Roberta.
Good morning, my Roberters. How are you guys today? Happy Thursday to you. Welcome to J is for Justice. We have an exciting stream today, and it looks like the judge just opened up the Zoom meeting for us. I was going to do a quick recap. I don't know. I got to show you guys this meeting, okay? Hold on. The judge just opened up the meeting, and you know, there's always someone on here that's doing something weird. Look at the person here. Oh, wait. Okay, so this is our Zoom. Hang on. Look at the very bottom person. It says connecting to audio, but he's got this picture or this news thing. Drunk pilots allegedly drunk in cockpit. Hi, Steve. Yay, it's Steve. Like, duh. Good morning to you too. Flo. Thank you, Flo. Good morning.
Kiss my grits.
This is going to be live. This is the latest hearing for the OnlyFans girl. Absolutely. Yes.
JB, it's, we have to stand down. JB, it's, we have to stand down.
I just wanted to show you guys. These guys say connecting to audio. It's like, dudes, don't even connect to audio. Mute yourselves. Don't even put yourself there. So we are safely muted. And we will come back to this when it starts. It's supposed to start 9:35. Hi, Mrs. Nightbot. 9:35. So we've got about 20 minutes. So I wanted to take that time and go over a few things with you guys in this case. And I don't know if you've seen the police interview with Courtney Clenney. So I'm going to play that right now. And that is our judge, the lovely Laura Cruz. And let me just say, the Miami-Dade court was a pleasure to deal with. Getting the media press pass or press coverage. And just so before everybody gets all excited, J is for Justice has media clearance to stream today's hearing. So before all these people get their panties up in a wad and start contacting the court to try to get me in trouble, if you would like to contact the court, you can contact Eunice. Eunice is my girl, and she will let you know that everything is kosher over here on J is for Justice. So we're going to watch this body cam. It's about 10 minutes long. Or not body cam, but this video was played in a court hearing. So we're going to be watching that on like a monitor. So here we go. It's about 10 minutes long. And if anything happens in between there, I'll be back.
Courtney's plea for help. Again.
It's all under my name. I pay.
Okay. Just to have judge, again, this is so clear she's trying to get a restraining order. She testifies as to had he been violent in the past. She says yes, and the officers kind of just they brush right past that instead of saying, hey, why don't you tell us about that abuse? She does say that's not her thing, but she knows she wants him gone. 2 days, less than 48 hours before the incident.
Is it loud enough for you guys?
It's all under my name. I pay the whole rent. He has never paid a second time of rent. He has someone named friend. I broke up with him. He said my mom.
Again, what's important, Judge, in that video, I know you've seen it, independent witnesses talking about Umlumseli charging at Courtney to the point that they had to intervene, which is consistent, again, with what happened on April 3rd, where she says to the detective, he was charging at me, running at me, coming at me. I could see the whites of his eyes. Not an isolated incident of abuse by Umlumseli on Courtney. No problem. Judge, you recall the end of that video, crystal clear. I want a restraining order against Umlumseli. Judge, important, again, mischaracterization, misleading by the state in this case. This is the video of the officer in Las Vegas where Courtney gets arrested for domestic abuse by throwing a glass towards Mr. Umlumseli that she admitted to the officer. What the state doesn't tell you is at the beginning of the body-worn camera is that this security officer tells him, hey, my people went upstairs and there's clumps of hair on the floor. There was a struggle. And again, Courtney protected Umlumseli, didn't say anything until she realized, wait, I'm getting arrested. Officer, I didn't tell you everything that happened. Well, you could, I'll supplement my report, but you're going to jail. That's what happened. Courtney was abused that day by Umlumseli. The video, I'm sure Your Honor saw, the condition of Mr. Umlumseli on that video in the morning. And you could see how Courtney's interaction was with the detective. Like that. The state failed to provide Your Honor this information.
The female calls while she's calling security. She's basically saying like, "Get your hands off me." We get up there. They both at one point commit to physical altercation inside, but really from upstairs is assassin.
Okay.
I think there's an alleged hair pulling of her.
Alleged hair pull.
Hair?
Oh, hair pull.
Right. The guy is saying that didn't happen. So, I just walked by and he's like thrown up into a trash can, so I have no idea what their deal is.
What do you
Like they're both thrown.
Again, that officer says both people admitted to getting physical. Courtney ends up going to jail for that one. This is the end of the video where she talks about it. I'm not telling you everything.
Consider battery of domestic violence is a mandatory arrest.
Okay, there's a lot that I didn't say because I didn't want you to get in trouble.
Again, protecting her abuser so that he doesn't get in trouble. The text messages, the state has tried to make a case about what these text messages show. Again, these are text messages. They're lacking in context, they're lacking in tone, they're lacking in expression. If this is the state's case, it definitely doesn't meet the standard of proof, evidence, presumption, great, nor substantial likelihood. Again, what's important about these text messages are, after there's some discussion about some incidents, what always happens is Courtney says to Umlumseli, go ahead and tell them what happened because then I will say what really happened. I'm not afraid. She was not afraid to say what would happen if he called the police. And those are what these text messages show. Clearly, Judge, we're not denying this was a toxic relationship. Mr. Clenney knew it. Miss Clenney knew it. Everybody knew it except for Courtney and Mr. Umlumseli. He says, I'm not saying anything because tell them your side and I'll tell them what happened. And he never says anything because he's afraid of the truth because the truth would hurt. The state tries to say that Courtney is acting, I think that what the state's trying to prove by some of the text messages was like, that she's acting in ill will by her use of certain things. Again, these are text messages without context. She mentions, too, without getting into the details, but in her interview, I know Your Honor's looked at it, she talks about Christian, I believe, was holding a knife to himself in the bathroom, he committing self-harm.
I don't remember exactly what the situation was, but he had taken a knife, he grabbed it from my face, and then I upstairs, and he was kind of waving at me, but it wasn't for me, and then he took it to the extra room and slammed the door, and he had self-harm, so I kind of was like, okay, well, he wasn't very happy with me about that, but I was.
What you're watching right now is a replay of a previous court hearing where they played this video, and we are waiting for the live today to start at 9:35. We got about 20 minutes.
We know, again, the nature of the relationship. It's described by Courtney, and in the context of this, we know that Courtney, when she describes this attack, clearly had no other choice but to defend herself. She talks about seeing the whites of his eyes and her level of fear.
We stayed like in college. Like we were obviously doing something. So this time I was like going by the door and someone would take over and like we were standing by the couch, just before the kitchen, I was in the kitchen. And then all of our anxiety was like coming at me. And so I grabbed one of these knives, like I'm coming for Christmas, I grabbed one and I was like, I swear to God. I swear to God. It was just like, I was like, don't come anywhere closer to me. Because I mean, earlier, I haven't really had I couldn't fucking breathe. I'm sorry. I couldn't breathe. And it's very scary. And I just think, like, just like that kind of thing, like, you know, he's okay. If he's choking and angry enough, he might like, I mean, this is different, I think. But if he's like choking me or like hitting me or something, I can't breathe, he might go too long. So I grabbed my knife, I said, don't come anywhere close to me. I have absolutely no intention of using it. I was calling my mom, and he's coming at me like he's going to grab me with a phone or the knife or something, and so I was just like, don't come any closer.
Now, what's important here, the state, talks about, I flung it. The detective in this case couldn't remember a lot of things. Your Honor can evaluate his testimony, but what's important, especially in this type of case, would be, hey, you know what? Let's talk about how you flung that knife. Did you throw it? Did you wind up? He never goes to have her describe that. Really fails to have her go through, because that would have been something that probably should have been done. Show me again, how'd you throw the knife? He goes through this statement with her 3 times and never goes and does follow-up. But again, Your Honor has gone through the full statement. It is not inconsistent. The detective even said, I asked a couple of times because sometimes people remember more detail when you go through it again. And that's what her statement is. It's not inconsistent at all. Again, at the end when she says, he asked her if this is justified, which obviously is a legal conclusion, but at the end, which the state, again, leaves out, is when she says...
I do not think that this was... I don't know. I really don't know if it's justified.
Okay, so she's clearly going for self-defense.
From NBC News, this is a special
We're
report.
gonna watch this too,
Here's
because
Savannah
this
Guthrie.
just went live. And Biden is made an announcement. Oh my God. They exchanged. What the fuck?
Objection!
They exchanged Brittany Griner for that arms dealer, Victor Bout. Let's watch this really fast before the live hearing starts. They let him out. He's free? What the heck?
Did I ask them to do that?
Yes, this guy is very dangerous. He's a terrorist. All right, let's watch this before our hearing starts. I am shooketh. Shooketh.
And Hoda Kotb.
Good morning, everybody. We are following breaking news at this hour out of Russia, nearly 10 months after her arrest and incarceration there. WNBA star Brittany Griner is headed home.
Yeah, breaking and welcome news. Russia has agreed to a prisoner swap with the U.S. We're going to go straight to NBC's chief foreign affairs correspondent, Andrea Mitchell. She has these breaking details. Andrea, what can you tell us?
Good morning, Savannah and Hoda. Well, according to a senior administration official, Brittany Griner is free after 294 days in Russian captivity, the last month spent in one of Russia's notoriously harsh penal colonies. She was traded for Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout, who Vladimir Putin has been trying to get back, and who had served 11 years of a
I'm sure Putin wants him back. What?
5-year sentence in the U.S. President Biden signed off on the trade, even though it meant leaving another American businessman, Paul Whelan, behind bars in Russia.
And he didn't even
Over
get
the
that
weekend,
guy out?
Secretary of State Antony Blinken saying the U.S. has been actively engaged in discussions with Russia about a possible prisoner swap to free Brittany Griner and Paul Whelan.
We have to see if the engagements that we've had, the discussions that we have, produce an actual result.
Griner, the 32-year-old WNBA superstar, has spent nearly 10 months in Russian custody. Arrested at a Moscow airport in February, she admitted to bringing less than a gram of medicinal cannabis into the country, but said she never intended to break any law. Her plight sparked an outpouring from her family, teammates, and fans. Griner's wife, Sherelle.
I'm frustrated that my wife is not going to get justice.
Come on.
I know you all are frustrated too, that's why you're here.
Sentenced to 9 years in prison, Griner appealed, pleading for leniency from behind bars.
This has been a very traumatic experience waiting for this day.
But she was denied.
I'm traumatized
President
that Victor
Biden
Bout
last
is out.
I'm telling you, I am determined to get her home and get her home safely. Along with others,
idiot.
I might add.
The other American held by Russia will not be coming home. Paul Whelan, a former Marine, a businessman, detained 4 years ago, is serving a 16-year prison sentence after being accused of spying, which the U.S. strongly denies. Whelan's family later raised concerns about his safety, which I asked the Secretary of State about last week.
We're working to bring him home, to bring Brittany Griner home. But this is, again, what we see Russia doing in terms of abusing the very basic understandings that countries have had when it comes to having access to...
Stupid. Russia's abusing things. Let's give them their arms dealer back. Let's give them their terrorists back. You fools. You fools.
Who are being detained.
Oh, this makes me so mad.
Those familiar with these very hard negotiations say that the Russians absolutely refused to release Paul Whelan without getting a Russian spy in return. But the U.S. insists it does not have any Russian spies in U.S. custody. So the administration says it had no one to trade to meet that Russian demand. And again, the U.S. maintains that Paul Whelan is wrongfully detained. He's a businessman, not a spy. And just now, we also got a statement from the group that has been campaigning for all of these hostages to be released from all over the world, actually, saying Paul Whelan has been let down and left behind by at least 3 times by 2 American presidents. He deserves better from his government, and our campaign implores President Biden to urgently secure Paul's immediate return using all tools available. We understand the president will be speaking shortly or later this morning.
Yeah, Andrew, thank you very much. The breaking news, Brittany Griner has been freed. Paul Whelan left behind. Let's go to Chief White House Correspondent Peter Alexander at the White House. What's the word there, Peter?
Savannah, we do expect to hear from President Biden at 8:30, so 15 minutes from now. And we have just learned that Sherelle Griner, Brittany Griner's wife, is right now in the Oval Office here at the White House. She is behind closed doors with the president. The two of them were able to speak by phone.
Oh, my goodness. Has he spoke yet?
Kind of concession.
Did we miss it?
There's.
Is this it?
She's on her way home after months.
Appeal. President Biden spoke a short time ago about Griner's release, and here's what he had to say.
Moments ago, standing together with her wife Sherelle in the Oval Office, I spoke with Brittany Griner. She's safe. She's on a plane. She's on her way home. After months of being unjustly detained in Russia, held under intolerable circumstances. Brittany will soon be back in the arms of her loved ones, and she should have been there all along. This is a day we've worked toward for a long time. We never stopped pushing for her release. It took painstaking and intense negotiations, and I want to thank all the hardworking public servants across my administration.
Painstaking? They traded a basketball player for a fucking terrorist arms dealer who looks like he could, like the fucking Terminator. You kidding me? Ah!
Who worked tirelessly to secure her release.
Joining us now is John Bolton.
I can't even believe it. But we are going to go straight to our hearing as we are fixing to start in about 5 minutes. So I want to get this up. Worked tirelessly. Are you kidding me? Like, ooh, what a deal. Like, we had to negotiate big time. What a travesty is right. I am just beside myself. We had nothing else to trade. Meanwhile, the guy who's been in there before Brittany Griner still sits there. He's still in there. Yeah. Putin wants that dude. Ugh. I mean, and this is a mistake she made. Why should we as a country have to pay for it? He looks like the Terminator. He does. And he's... Excuse me. I'm sorry. I still have a cough. Let me show you Victor. Let me show you Victor. He is a Russian through and through. And I guarantee you, he hates us. Look at Robert Bobby Reef. He cropped his picture. It used to say something about, oh, I don't know what it was. Somebody getting drunk or something. Oh, iPhone, you better turn off your camera and mute, lady. Who dat? New phone, who dat? Oh, she's got kids in the background too. Always fun streaming court, right? Never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. Hello, everyone. Hey, I get to finally say hello. Welcome back, Brittany. But yeah, we're getting major arms dealer back to Russia. Here he is. There's Victor Boot. That's Victor Boot. That's who we traded for Brittany Griner. See, these people are the reason why they stop. You know, they stop doing these and letting us stream them and join them and shit. Yeah, this is the guy. You think he's a sweetheart? Do you think he'd spare your life as an American if you came face to face with him? Do you think that he's comparable to bringing a vape cart? He's flanked by DEA agents. Are you freaking kidding me? Thank you, Ashley. Thank you. What, Sonny? You can say pissed. You can say fuck. You can say whatever you want here. We have open door policy on speech.
All right. Good morning, everybody.
Hello,
Good morning,
guys.
everybody on
Live.
Zoom. If you're on Zoom, please remain muted. If you are not muted, we cannot. I need for everybody to quiet down, please. If you are not muted, we cannot hear the people who are speaking. We're going to go ahead and start with the Division 2 calendar. If you're on Zoom and you are an out of division attorney, whether state or defense, please go ahead and log into the chat. We'll call your cases out of turn after we go through the attorneys in the courtroom and the arraignments on calendar. Again, please remain muted. On page 1.
They're going to be doing other cases too, you guys.
The state as to this case requesting a reset to the 33rd day.
12-12.
Bartholomew Bernard.
In F22214458, state quality line down information, and requests this case be transferred to county court.
Setting an order transferring it to county. Nelson Nieves.
The state is requesting a reset to the 45th day.
12-13.
A. Miriam Rogers. Ms. Ernst, I think you're here, but you're muted. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm sorry. Good morning, Your Honor. This is the C co-defendant of Margley Gallego. So she was arraigned yesterday. Charges were filed against her. They were announced in open court. And then I explained to Judge Delancey that all of the cases would be coming to you because Ms. Gallego has a pre-existing case. You're welcome. I apologize.
And Jean-Michel Descobé on her behalf, Judge, and it's a pleasure to be here.
All right, so yes, Ms. Gallego's case was filed yesterday, and then I guess along with the co-defendants. Are the rest of them printing on this calendar though? Because it looks like I only have C. Okay, are they all eventually going to print here? They're just not printing today?
Judge, I can stand in on this thing.
Okay, sure. All right, yes, he was here. All right, so the charges were filed yesterday. If you want to go ahead and arraign her again, Ms. Ernst, one of the attorneys is here for Ms. Gallego.
Okay. Ms. Gallego has been charged with 1 count of racketeering, 1 count of organized scheme to defraud in the first degree, 1 count of organized scheme to defraud in the second degree. I believe 6 counts of money laundering in the third degree. A count of financial transaction involving proceeds of unlawful activity, which is a second degree felony. Grand theft in the first degree. There are 3 counts of grand theft in the first degree, 2 counts of grand theft in the second degree, 2 counts of grand theft in the third degree, and finally 1 count of fabricating physical evidence. She guidelines 33 years in state prison at the bottom to 245 years in state prison at the top. There is at least $1 million in restitution in this case.
All right, so right now let's go ahead and give it sounding and trial date.
Right, Judge, we stand on our written pleadings and we ask Your Honor to, well, we demand discovery at this point. Second case, that's it.
Set both at the same time. And then for Ms. Rogers, that case was also filed, and what charges were filed in that one, Ms. Ernst?
Ms. Rogers was charged with 1 count of racketeering in the first degree, 1 count of grand theft in the first degree, 1 count of grand theft in the second degree, and 1 count of grand theft in the third degree.
I can give that one sounding and trial dates too, and then we'll deal with the others.
And we'll stand on our written pleadings with that as well, Judge.
For the 2/2/2/13 dates.
I'm sorry, what are the dates? I couldn't hear.
2/2 and 2/13.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, Bruno needs to be out of the state. I was wondering if I can call a case that's on the calendar but out of turn. It's Matthew Davis, case number F226067. Is here, Officer is here.
Morning, Officer Herrera. What's the status of the case?
It's F226067. He cut off his ankle monitor last night and started putting stuff on social media.
Go ahead
Oh,
and
shit.
house arrest and issue.
Whoops.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah. All right. Yes. Anybody else in court before I go to the folks on Zoom?
Yes, Your Honor, I've got two matters. The first on page 26, Mr. Osvaldo Leiva, Rick Hermida on his behalf.
On page 26, this is on for sounding.
Sean Abigail from the advocate state. The state's not ready. I believe this is also okay with a joint continuance.
That's correct, Your Honor. We did have an Arthur hearing. Discovery is ongoing, so.
Let me go ahead
I
and
know
take
I
it off
was.
the sounding and trial route and put it on for status in 90 days.
Thank you. And the other case I have is on page 29, Mr. David Herrera Cruz. And Judge, I need to set depositions in this case. It's one that kind of fell in through the cracks.
Yes, Courtney, the state would be ready, but no objection.
Granted for this continuance. Set it out for sounding.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good to see you.
Good morning. I have a few matters. I was going to call a couple of them for now. Page 29 is Rafinha Pierre, Jonathan Jordan.
Given the fallout.
Mr. This is sounding, the state is ready. I presume defense is not ready. So I have that position of the victim and a rules of law was actually filed last night. Called in advance. One more time. Get that done.
Is your microphone on?
Hello? I don't think it is.
It's great. Testing. I think this one's on either. Can you
Okay,
hear?
everybody can just speak up. Maybe
yes.
All right, so I'm going to, so you're saying a rule to shows cause was filed by you?
We filed one yesterday, Judge, on a witness who failed to appear, and then there's the victim's depo that's outstanding.
Yes.
All right, I will grant, are you okay with a joint continuance?
That's fine, given the victim's very happy.
All right, I will grant a joint continuance. Let's set it out for sounding and trial.
Okay. I have page 13 and 14 is George Jones Jr., Jonathan Jordan on his behalf. This is Suzanne Von Paulus' case of the state. I don't know if she's on Zoom or left any notes.
Miss Von Paulus, are you on Zoom?
I don't see her.
Or did she leave any notes?
She did, Judge.
Okay.
I can reach out.
All right, I'll come back on that. If I can call another matter.
Yes.
On page 24 is Sophia King. Jonathan Jordan on her behalf. We have
24?
24. We have I know we have the victim's deposition outstanding, and I think there's one other civilian that the state.
The state is otherwise not ready, so no objection to
McNo. Yeah, and I'm gonna pass my other matters, check with the state on the thing.
Good morning, Judge. The Fourth Commission on page 22.
Ready?
State is not ready.
All right, defense, are you ready?
I want pancakes.
Sorry?
I am ready.
You're ready. All right. State, are you asking for continuance?
But I am asking for continuance. This is a case where we've had sporadic contact with the victim. We believe we know where my detective is working on locating him now. He's currently out of office and we'll be searching for him over the weekend.
Judge, having been in the state's shoes many, many years ago, I have no objection to it.
Well, I'm going to allow one further state continuance based on this, but at this time, I'm going to no further state continuances based on that reason, especially because it's coming up on 3 years old. George, please mark it no further state continuance. We will set this for sounding and trial in March. Is there a plea offer right now?
Judge, a plea offer was conveyed to fire counsel. It was rejected, but I'm happy to speak with defense counsel and try to see if there's anything.
Yes, can I call a case?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, Judge Cruz. This is a song Zanga and representing Marcos Morales. He's on page 17. Maybe I should start with page number. The coffee hasn't kicked it in. So
Marcos Morales, all right. The state is not ready. All right, why are you not ready? This case is over 4 years old.
Yes, the minor victim and her mother. We previously had very good contact with them, just usually change their phone numbers, just trying to reestablish that contact.
Ready?
Judge, I'm working with the government to try to resolve this. I'm not going to object to a continuance at this point, given.
I'm setting this no further continuances. It is 4 years old. It's going to be no further continuances on either side. It'll be set in March. Whatever you need to get done, get it done.
I have a 2-week special case in the District of St. Thomas. The judge had previously set in November. We have
4 years?
Who are in custody.
Is it set in March?
It's set late February, early March. So if we are going to get a March date, if we could have it at the end of March.
What is the trial date? Okay, let's set it in April. 3410.
Thank you for accommodating me, Judge.
There will not be any continuances after that point. That is more than 4 months to get ready.
Yes, thank you.
Please mark it no further continuances.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have several matters on this morning. I know that Mena Valdez, sorry, I'm not seeing it on the calendar. I will call one of the other ones first.
Is it David Valdez?
It's 38, Judge. Pablo Mena Valdez. Sean Appio on behalf of the state.
Christopher DeCoste on behalf of the defendant who's in custody, not present.
Are you ready?
So Judge, I can tell you that I am, however, I did turn over all of my discovery within the last 15 days or so. I have no issue to a joint continuance.
Okay, so what you're hearing is a result of shitty audio, a microphone that's picking up every fucking move that they make, like literally. If they touch their shirt, you're probably hearing it.
Let's go ahead and give this a status date and then we'll wrap it up. What is it? I'm sorry. You can print it in the box.
At page 27, Morris Ashman.
I mean, unfortunately, there's not a damn thing I can do about the background noise.
The state is ready.
Defense is not, Your Honor.
Again, let's take this off the sounding off.
And this is the oldest one, page 42, Patrick released Christopher DeCoste on his behalf. He's got 2 cases, a probation case and a murder case.
On page 42.
This one I have as a priority case to move forward once I'm out of these trials right now.
All right, state, were you ready?
So Judge, I'm okay with it, it being a joint continuance. We're talking in discussions with defense on this case.
No. Would you like for me to set it?
That was for you, Megs.
Have it ready for.
Judge, we can set it in the normal course and then we'll put it on calendar if we do have something resolved.
Let's set it in February.
You're what the French call les incompetents.
That's all for today, Your Honor. If I'm needed, I'll be at Judge Fajardo for the next month of trial, so I'm there.
All right, good luck.
And thank you.
All right, anybody else that I can call in a turn before going to the folks on Zoom? All right, on Zoom, I have Mr. Broussard here for David Cabrera or Corbera.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
Morning, I'm doing well. How are you? This is on page 35.
I'm doing okay. My wife's not doing so great. She got COVID, but I'm still negative
Ready to
for
hear
now.
that. All right, this is on page 35 for
She doesn't
sounding.
care.
Where's the
You're at
stops?
home, dude. No one cares.
Ready for the state.
Standing, Your Honor, you want me to look first?
Well, I need for her to.
How's that? Is that better?
Need somebody to stand in for the.
Of course, Your Honor.
Page 35, Ms. Knox, this is David Corbera.
Yes, sir, sorry. Right on, so the state's not ready. I'm still pending the deposition of the 18 listed defense witnesses.
Defense, are you ready?
To be frank with the court, Judge, no, I just got a bunch of information emailed to me last evening that some of which I've looked at, some of which I haven't, as well as in reaching out to Frontier Airlines, I was under the impression that a written statement was provided. It wasn't. She just gave an oral statement, and I'm trying to discern who that was given to. So, in frankness with the court, I'm not ready.
Don't be jealous that I've been chatting online with babes all day.
I'm sorry, what were those dates?
3/2 and 3/13.
Thank you. And for the record, Mr. Corbera was on the line.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning.
Thanks, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Corbera. All right, going down, we already spoke to Ms. Ernst. Mr. Reef is here on behalf of Nicholas Marrero.
Good morning, Your Honor. Robert Reef on behalf of Nicholas Marrero. Waiver of defendant's presence is in the file. This is Laura Adams' case. I'm
Okay,
not
and it's
sure if
also on
she's
page
online.
38. Is there somebody standing in for Ms. Adams? Does she have any notes?
Ms. Adams is supposed to be here, Judge.
Okay, so let me wait for Ms. Adams. We'll pass it for her.
Judge.
Okay.
I do have notes for her.
You do? What are your notes?
Yes, she indicated
does
that
not
she
know.
is requesting a joint continuance with Mr. Reef during plea discussions.
Were you able to hear that, Mr. Reef?
Yes, and that is 100% correct. I'm also waiting for discovery from the state, but I'll contact Ms. Adams about that.
Okay, I will go ahead and grant a joint continuance. Let's set this out for sounding trial, please.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble hearing that.
3/2 and 3/13.
Judge, I apologize. I'm taking the trip of a lifetime in March. So can we set this in April? And certainly
Yes, that's fine.
if Ms. Adams and myself come to some resolution before that time, we'll set it earlier.
Relatively new, in April. 3/30 and 4/10.
Thank you so much.
In the name
of Jesus, have a great Father day, God,
Lord. Ms. Snyder's here on the case of Alfred Petillon.
Good morning, Judge. We are waiting on a second evaluation.
Okay, let's go to page 8. Second evaluation.
Set 1221 for our evaluation.
He's going to Amish country in Indiana. That's his
So
trip
there
of a
is no
lifetime.
evaluation that's coming today. You're saying it's set for 12/21, set for probation violation sounding today?
Judge, obviously, we need to get this, this whole thing.
All right, I'm going to grant a joint continuance and we'll wait for that evaluation date and we'll just.
That's fine.
19 and 12/21. Or just 12/21, 12/19, I think is the trial date. So
Okay, thank
that's
you.
eval, that's a return of the eval date?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Donay is here on behalf of David Valdez.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
Doing well, how are you?
Great.
Yes, on page 37.
It's Ms. Knox's case. She and I have just been communicating via text. I'm not sure if she's in the courtroom, but
Valdez?
Mr. Valdez is in the courtroom.
Yes, you can come forward. All right, State, are you ready?
Judge. Hello, I'm Mike. State is ready. I'm just speaking with Mr. Donay. We'd like to hold this case.
Okay, for plea? For trial?
For trial, it'll either get.
Right, got it. All right, we're going to keep this on for our trial. Mr. Valdez, what is the plea offer?
There's no plea offer. I've been in discussion with Mr. Donay. He's not interested in this.
I will keep it on for trial for 12/19.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're all no furthers for either side? Okay. Got it. Trial. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day, everyone.
You too. Ms. Saraf is here on the cases of Gerson Castro, Raul Zapata, and Ronald Sanata. So page 25 first.
Good morning, Your Honor. Megan Saraf on behalf of the state.
All right, so Gerson Castro is on page 25. State, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is ready. We did convey and send over a written plea agreement to defense counsel. I believe that we will be requesting a plea date.
Did I ask them to do that?
Got a plea offer last night. I'm already, if we can reset it, after 45 days, I need to go to the break.
Reset it for plea in 45 days and this give a defense continuance.
124.
124 for plea. Right, Raul Zapata.
Ha thank you, CR.
Good morning, Your Honor. Megan Seraph standing in for Miss Koth on this case.
State ready?
I believe the state's I'm covering for Miss Koth. She's out due to a death in the family. I believe the state's case is ready, but we're not going to be announcing ready for this trial setting.
And then defense, were you ready?
Judge, I'm not ready, but based on my discussions with Ms. Cope as well as in information she emailed a while back, that I believe the state's consolidating this case into F211234G. Judge Watson's division. I don't know if they formally filed the information.
This can't be 4 weeks.
That's a higher case. This is the information.
Okay, do you know anything about a consolidated information with a?
11614.
All right, so there's a defendant?
Yes, he has a co-defendant, Jacqueline Espinosa, which is already injured Watson's division.
They filed it? Has the it hasn't been filed, but we have a copy of the information here. Do you want to pass it for a moment, Ms. Rapp, to see whether or not that's something that you want to file? If so, it needs to be transferred.
Yes, Your Honor, certainly. I'll look into it.
Right, I'm going to pass it just to see because it looks like Ms. Pereira actually has a copy of the the new information, but it hasn't been filed. So.
Understood. Yeah, obviously covering kind of last minute on this case. So that's
fine.
why
That's fine.
I
Just
don't
see if
have
you
no-
can, I mean, we have a calendar, see if you can figure it out so that maybe we can take care of it today.
If she gives me mail for
Okay, she's also going to forward it to you.
That's even better. Thank you.
Let me go to page 35. Ronald Sonatas. All right, you're also covering this case. Is state
Yes, Your
ready?
Honor, I am. I just in my cursory review of the case, I do believe the state is ready, but given the nature of the case and that it's the first time up, the state would be requesting a continuance.
Right, and then Ms. Burr, are you ready?
I'm not ready.
Right, I'm going to grant a joint continuance, set it out for sounding of trial.
Christian Berger.
Okay, just let us know on the other ones, Rob.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Rudier is here for Jaime Rissigame.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
Good morning, I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, Judge. This is a reset from last week. It's a motion for return of property. It's the cell phone.
Yes, I remember it. And the state was going to reach out and see whether or not the phone was part of the case.
Good morning, Your Honor. On behalf of the state, I did try to reach out to the
Like, for real, do they like act the day before court? Like, they just sit on their ass and then they're like, oh shit, we have a hearing tomorrow. We should probably make an attempt to reach someone. And then we can go to court and tell the judge that we didn't reach anyone.
And she's in PTI. Lindsay Johnson, Simpere is here on the case of.
Sophie, we don't know. We're waiting. We are on the docket and we're just going through the docket with the court.
Page 40, the case is on for sounding this morning.
Got it, thank you. I'll look for it. See. I mean, I know that I did the last setting. Let me see if I also have a copy of it here. This is on page 40. Jesus Dominguez. Are you ready?
Means be quiet and let
Your
me
Honor,
talk.
I am not ready. We are still waiting on the results of the DNA analysis. So I'll be requesting a continuance. We also have an Arthur hearing scheduled in this matter on the 24th of January.
So we'll keep that 24th date. Defense ready. Cisneros, or anybody standing in for the PD. I don't have a copy of the order for Rusi's case. I just have the motion. He still sent me a copy. So.
What you are witnessing is real. The participants are not actors.
Looks like it, yes. 29 and 221.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. All Right, yes.
Good morning, page 20, Thomas Rowe, on behalf of Marlon Rivera. Miss Jimenez texted me, I think it's running late, nobody's ready on this case, there's some discovery studies to be provided. Also, I'd be asking your honor to have Mr. Herrera evaluated for competency. I would have done it beforehand, but I've been trying to communicate with him in any way, shape, or form. He has refused to communicate with myself, my investigator. He's picked up another case in Metro West, and I think we should just go ahead and have him evaluated for competency right now. Forget the ex parte, let's just do it.
Going to grant a joint continuance. Let me set it for evaluation in 2 weeks. Where's time?
Yes, ma'am.
Pennywise, kick rocks.
That's fine, Judge. Thank you.
Hey, Pennywise, why don't you go get a piece of...
John Wayne Bobbitt's penis.
I will appoint the particular doctor after court when I get my list, but what was the date?
It's a joint continuance, and it has to have been evaluated for competency.
Hi, Marty.
This is Miss Jimenez.
I was saying hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, you did. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm at the podium. All right. She's fine with all that, Judge.
Yes,
So I'm sorry, the doctor.
I need my list for AOC. No interpreter.
No.
All right, 12:23, and I'll use who the doctor is after calendar. Thank you.
Gotta be flexible,
Sometimes the name of the game, yes.
Okay, a couple matters, Judge. Page 12 and 13 is Wiley Louis, Jonathan Jordan on his behalf.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed you, Mr. Lamons. I'll go back to you. I see you.
Thank you, no problem.
Look at his background.
State's ready.
Right.
I thought we were asking for continuance, but defense is not.
I want a lawyer to sign in as a cat.
This was reset on a short leash because the state was having issues contacting their victims, so they wanted the state to report whether they had reestablished contact. It's on no further station. Yeah. So apparently
Now it's on no further continuance of Superior. Why is defense not ready?
Right, so Mr. Abuhoff and the defense are going to Nevada.
Oh, that's
for
right.
a deposition on one of your homicide cases in this division. So.
Oh, during that week.
Yes.
Oh, okay, got it. All right. I'm still
Trip of a lifetime background, yes.
Understood.
So I'm going to set it out in March. You a couple months to figure out whatever else you need to figure out. No further continuances either side. Period. B2 313.
Okay. I also have on page 10 is the Tashara Love, which was back from the Supreme Court and ready to be tried, but not quite yet.
Our love.
And on this one, I have no objection to it. I know exactly where my victim is. He's just not responding to me in time, so I can't represent to the court his availability.
There's also a critical defense witness that we need to get under subpoena for a special set trial. They probably.
All right. I'm going to mark this no furthers.
November 14th.
The only other thing I would add is where my victim is, I would need to fly him down for the trial. So this would need to be.
So let's specially set this now.
Considered in April after the Mr. Louis matter.
What is the A sounding in trial in February? 2/2/13. You got until then. With that joint. And it will be special set. I'll make sure that we don't have anything else set that week. As long as there's nothing older that's going.
I have on page 19 is Michael Caldwell, Jonathan Jordan on his behalf. 19. So all depositions have been taken in this case, and we got a notice from the court reporter notifying us that the reporter who sat for the victim and other witnesses left the reporter's firm due to some personal mental health issues, and they were not able to recover the notes from those depositions. So we have that memorialized. The state also has it. Both sides have tried to order those transcripts to no avail. We've discussed having to have those people sit down for a redeposition, but obviously that's going to be coordinated and figured out.
That's all correct. And also for the record, Mr. Jordan and his firm were not the ones that took the deposition originally, so I don't even know if they would have any notes as to those depositions.
Any witnesses?
I think there were 3 or 4.
All right, I'm gonna set this for status in 30 days. You guys give me an update on whether or not you're gonna have a question. Sounds like something, again, it's already 4 years old.
Yeah.
So that's 30 days, and I want a definitive answer as to how you're going to.
Okay, and have we heard back from Ms. Von Paulus on George Jones?
Ms. Von Paulus, are you on Zoom?
No.
You want to set it for one day next week perhaps, and we can give her some. Okay.
Thank you.
I may appear on Zoom.
That's fine. All right, let me go back to Mr. Lamons for Julio Quevedo.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Mr. Quevedo has been sentenced in federal court to a Bureau of Prisons sentence, and Ms. Knox and I have come to a resolution of this case. I would like to set it towards the end of next week and to take the plea and have him brought over. I will be able to be there live next week.
He's here.
I
right
want to
now,
start
so
singing
we'll make sure
Aruba, Jamaica.
Do you have a definitive
Ooh,
date
I
that you can
want
set
to
the
take
date?
you.
The only
Bermuda,
issue, Ms. Knox
Bahama.
told me she has an Arthur hearing and she'd rather not do it that day, but I could do it Wednesday,
Key
Thursday,
Largo,
Friday, whichever
Montego.
day. She's not in the Arthur hearing.
Okay, so she's in the Arthur hearing on Wednesday, so let's do it on Thursday, which is 12:15. We set 12:15 for plea, and we'll have the defendant present. He is here today as well.
And I did speak with him yesterday via GTL conference.
He looks like he might sign in as a cat sometimes.
Actually,
Too.
this is just one for the plea, so 12:15 for next week, okay?
Thank you.
Going back, yes, can I call a case for you, and then I'll go back to this.
Living his best life. I love it.
All right, on page 41. All right, let's address it.
Good morning.
Good morning. So Ms. Johnson refused court. So I got a phone call this morning about whether or not corrections was authorized to use force to force her to come in, to use physical force to force her to come in. And I didn't want to make any decision on that without talking to both of you. Dr. Richardson was copied on the email, so he is in a holding pattern until you guys make a decision. I'm going to turn it over to you.
Oh, there's Eunice. This is my girl. This is the POI there, or PIO there. In the middle?
Heidi Broussard doctrine started in the 19th century. Your right to come to go with it. So I don't understand why she can refuse, and why the correction will not reduce her. Any one of us, under the jurisdiction of the court, are ordered to come to court.
Look at JS for Justice on the same page as CBS Miami and TMZ.
Well, she's already.
How cool is this?
The
Representing the tubes.
That fact shouldn't grant her more rights.
Wouldn't the better fact to be trial around the state on other cases close around? If I have this weekend to go visit her.
We'll give you that opportunity and tell her that if you do not, then I'm going to go ahead and sign off on having her forcibly brought, and we will reset it. I mean, Dr. Richardson's great, so I know that he will come in, but yes, I'll give you the opportunity to let her know that this is the dilemma that she's placing herself in.
I'll be there this weekend. I'll bring this out later with email there.
All right, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to set it for status on Tuesday, and you're going to tell me what the fruits of your labors were, and we will get a new date with Dr. Richardson.
The lawyers.
Maybe we can get it done without.
But that's over the state objection,
What's that? I
Over
know,
the state
I
objection.
know, I get it. I can tell from everybody that this is a long-standing struggle, so. All right, reset, what's Tuesday? 12/13, okay, thank you.
The second defendant in this case, Mr. Christopher Edwards, is for sounding, this case was for sounding too.
Yes, this is for sounding. All right, right now, I'm going to grant a defense continuance on Andy Johnson. And we'll keep it, yes, for right now, we're just gonna keep it on for that 12/13 for status rather than give it.
That's unbelievable, Potato.
The state is not available.
On 44. Sorry, the state is not
Available, we are on vacation both, we are both.
and defense. I'm also on vacation. All right, I'm going to grant joint continuance. This is getting on the older side, but that case is even older than 4 years.
4
So
years?
let's go
It's
ahead
been
and
sitting there. The
set
judge
it
is
for
like,
All right, for the folks on Zoom, I'm gonna mute myself for a moment.
Rattlesnakes, moccasins, alligators. Our Pharaoh system, which can analyze a crime scene and save hours and hours of man hours.
So the judge has muted us. But hey, I want to let you guys know that Jay is for Justice has clearance to stream all the hearings in December. And then obviously I can reapply for the month of January. So we're going to be streaming this OnlyFans trial and everything in between.
So going back to that, let's give it the April dates rather than the March dates.
Thank you.
Did I ask them to do that?
All right, let me go back to Zoom really quickly. I'm going to alternate. Mr. Tischler is here on behalf of Jorge Chapo Antigua. All right.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Thank you.
He just got out of the shower.
Page 22, Jorge Chapo Antigua State. Are you ready?
No, Judge, this is the co-defendant, Mr. Garcia. It's the same issue. We're trying to locate the victim. The detectives looking over the weekend.
All right.
That's what it was set for the past few times, Your Honor.
Yep, and it's going to be marked just like the other cases, no further state continuances. And we're going to give it the March dates, and it will not be continued based upon that reason again.
Is there I mean, my client's sitting in custody, but this is the only case. Is it possible to get an earlier date? Because I've been trying to set the depot since I was appointed, and
When is the?
He looks like an actor on a Lifetime movie or something.
been in jail for like 3 years sitting on this case.
No case is perfect.
I just asked if the co-defendant was set on the same day. I kind of tried them together.
Right, 213, have you filed any rules to show cause? Have you filed anything?
No, they just give you.
No, I mean,
they give you the dates and then you reapply.
And the prosecutor said that they were going to bring them in and see, why they didn't show up. And now the past few settings, they've lost contact, and I haven't filed a rule because the prosecutor was supposed to help get him in. I think he was served once.
Right, feel free if you need to, even service once would entitle you to that.
That's how it played out.
So right now I'm gonna set it to
Okay.
2/13, which is a little bit earlier. So it's in 60 days and there's no further state continuances, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Judge, could I have the co-defendant?
Yeah, I'm gonna set both. So that's also Mr. Garcia.
And I'll let the defense counsel.
That's correct.
Yes.
Page 40. Mikey City and over 11 are kids we had. Sean, you're up to be out of the state.
Hallmark Channel, yeah, like the Hallmark
Right, so Juilliard
Christmas movies.
sounding.
State's estimate continues, Judge, for those reports and the other items that defense was asked for.
Okay, yes.
We have to oppose the state.
Grant a state continuance, let that in February for sounding and trial. 2/13.
I do understand.
2/2 and 2/13.
Thank you.
The dogs want nothing to do with me today. I don't know
Going back
why.
to Zoom. Yes, can I call a case for?
Page 17, Jamie Placencia, Assistant Public Defender Andrew Peters on his behalf.
Sean, I have you up to be out of the state. I've spoken to defense. We're asking for a joint continuance on this matter, and we're trying to
Every
resolve
fucking case is continued.
some form of resolution.
Wow. What's going on?
That's correct. Just some background for your honor, being that it is a 2018.
That's
case.
correct.
The public defender's office inherited this case at the end of 2019, and then obviously in 2020, COVID hit and stalled a lot of things. The issue I'm having right now is that the slew of civilian witnesses, I don't have accurate addresses.
Someone's coughing directly in their mic.
Even a motion to compel accurate addresses that was granted, the time for that has lapsed. I did file a motion to exclude those witnesses. I'm just at the point where I don't know how to proceed as far as preparing the case without having critical witnesses.
I don't know, and he does not
Mr.
know.
Adloff referenced, I am hopeful that we can resolve it, but I'm not certain.
You had contact with the witnesses?
No, Judge. And there's about 10 of them.
You run,
We have their best and last known addresses.
He
They're
does
all
look like
students at some point.
Burkhead.
The problem is that we have our detectives out. We've sent multiple people trying to locate them. To date, we haven't had we've had contact with a few of them, but then they fall out of contact. We haven't had a chance to get any of them in for deposition.
I can think of a few remedies, but at this point in time, I don't know whether or not you're going to be able to get them served by summons. You wouldn't necessarily be able to get personal service for a rule. There are other things that you can do. The motion to exclude won't be well taken yet. So tell me what you want.
Snow.
For a plea.
I don't have to go to court. Snow. I paid it.
I would ask just for sounding and trial dates, myself and Mr. Adloff are in good contact, so if there is a resolution.
I'm going to give it short sounding and trial dates. So this is 4 years old, and I have several cases that are highlighted to try to at least.
4 years old.
Understood, Your Honor.
Let me give it the February date, please. Especially if there's no time. Okay, 2/2 and 2/13.
Runner, can I call the case up, Charles? Good morning, Amy Drew on behalf of the state. I'm here on Leonard Sparks, page 18 and 19 of your Honor's calendar.
Jeez. Someone's mic is super sensitive.
I will be in trial before Judge Trey with that.
Yeah.
That was not already on vacation. Well, for being on vacation, I am.
All right, I'm going to grant a defense continuance. I would have rolled it even if you had been. No. Defense continuance. Set it out.
Angie B.A. Java's retired right now. So it doesn't work. Could be hours. Yeah, I don't know.
It's on page 8, Alfredo Munoz Medina, Arkansas.
Our Farrell system, which can analyze a crime scene and save hours and hours
Defense on this matter. I
man
believe
hours.
We'll have a resolution potentially agreed to within by the end of the year. But at this point, the state is asking for at least a joint continuance if the defense wants to add on to that.
That's fine, Judge. We are working towards a resolution we don't have for the next 2 weeks.
We set it for the first week in January. For about 30 days.
Snow, you're too much.
The next case is on page 24, Michael Castillo from Arkansas on behalf.
Yes, it's on page 24.
Page 24.
Right, state, are you ready?
State is ready.
Judge, defense not ready. We do have the remaining deposition scheduled for December 15th. I'm requesting a continuance.
Continuance, the word of the fucking day.
Last case is on page 47, Malika David. So on her behalf, she should be on the Zoom, Your Honor.
Is he going to say continuance again?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Oh, she's here.
On page, what page, I'm sorry?
47.
47? Yes, this is your motion to withdraw.
A lot of people got
Right,
out
Ms.
too
David,
over COVID that shouldn't have gotten
Are you aware
out.
that your attorney is filing a motion to withdraw as your attorney?
Yes.
Okay, do you plan on hiring another attorney? Can you afford to hire another attorney?
No.
So what I need for you to do is I'm going to set this for a Port Ray attorney on Friday of this week. Actually, can you come into court tomorrow to fill out a financial affidavit, or should I set it next week?
Judge, she resides out of the country.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, can you hand me a financial affidavit? Where do you reside?
In the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Nice. Can I come visit? I want to go visit her.
We look in the PD's podium and see if there's a financial affidavit. All right, so I'm going to swear you in and ask you a couple of questions, okay?
Okay.
All right. Can you swear her in, please?
Raise your right hand.
Raise your right hand, please.
Oh my God.
You swear or affirm the evidence you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you
dude.
God?
Yes.
Oh, let's eat our mic.
Now, what is your name?
Malika
Christ.
David.
All right. Ms. David, are you seeking an appointment of a public defender then?
Yes.
Do you have any dependents?
No.
All right. What's your take-home income per month?
Awkward.
I don't have any right.
All right, so you're going to qualify. I'm going to go ahead and sign off on this. I'm going to appoint the public defender. What I'd like you to do is go ahead and give me your contact information, and I'm going to make sure that you have their contact.
I don't know what she did. I don't think they said.
Okay. My phone number 340.
Oh, jot it down so we can go visit her.
690.
690.
8675309.
688. And Mr. Casella, your motion is granted. Your motion to withdraw is granted.
We'll accept appointment as a cleanup.
All right, and then if you could tell her the number where the public defender's office, the public defender who's here today is going to tell you the number for the public defender's office so you can call about your case, okay?
Judge, I'll put phone number in my email.
Okay, she's going to put it in the chat as well as an email address, so just write that down, okay? All right, currently you have sounding and trial dates of January 5th and January 17th, and we are going to keep those dates. So those are your next settings, okay? But stay on so you can get the information for your new account, okay?
Thank you, MM.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Great.
All right.
On page 20.
Page what, I'm sorry?
Good morning, Judge Jared. Did I ask them to do that?
Hey, Shell.
Damien Castilla. All right. Mr. Gass, are you ready?
The sound is horrible. I'm so sorry,
We're
you
gonna
guys.
request a change of plea date if possible for Friday of next week, the 16th.
Can't do it Friday, but I could do it Thursday. Yes?
I believe so, Judge. Yes, I believe so. I know I have to be in Fort Myers either Thursday or Wednesday, but I think it's, are you available the week of the 19th?
Yep, I'm here that week. I'm just on 16th.
Yes.
Judge, we can do that Monday the 19th.
All right, reset to 19 for, it's actually already set 12/19 for, so we'll keep it on.
Judge, and additionally, I've had my client's passport and my client's pilot's license. The state has asked me to surrender that with faith. We are doing that.
Pilot's
with faith, so
license,
I
eh?
will go to the 9th floor, surrender those 2 items and get a receipt for that.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
It
It'll
will
be
be,
joint?
it's a joint continuance,
Or
but
it
it'll
could be
be,
defense continuance,
we'll keep it
doesn't
on for plea.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Any update on Zapata, the information?
Zabata.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. Megan Saraf on behalf of the state again.
Who knows?
Yes.
I reviewed.
Page 25.
She looks like she's in junior
I
high.
reviewed, and the state did file a consolidated felony information on the lower case number, which is F2111614. It was just not e-filed in this case. I went ahead and took care of that right now, so it should hit the file here. But yes, essentially what should happen is that
Have you guys heard about the trend to talk with your bottom teeth? I feel like she's doing that. The bottom tooth,
and
where you only
Raul
show your bottom
Zapata
teeth.
is the B
Some
co-defendant
stupid
on
trend.
that case, charged with 2 counts.
Did it have a?
On 26 to 6.
that, just the same. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, she looks really
All
super
right,
young.
Can I call a case for anybody else? Do you want to call a case? Okay.
Come on.
Are you just gonna stay quiet forever?
Yeah, Google it. The bottom two talk trend. It's what I don't know. It's on TikTok or some shit. You talk like this, and it's like weird.
Judge, the case is pretty much ready to go. However, I am out on vacation the week of the 19th.
They're either on vacation or wanting a continuance. Who was that?
Let's go back. Let me go back to the rest of the calendar. 3, Louis Santana.
Can you take the fallout?
Fallout.
I suggest, listen, I'm being serious here when I suggest everybody get rid of TikTok. I would have gotten rid of TikTok yesterday if I found out that all of my data was going to China for their purposes. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Right, I don't have an order.
And the same people that are mad about Victor Boot will go into TikTok and give China all their data. Everything about them. Everything about you. You're giving to China. China. It's a travesty. Huge travesty.
Yes. All right, Mikey Garcia. 3 for plea. I have 3.
Yeah, 3.
All right, so what's the plea offer?
So he'll be accepting an adjudication, 10 years state prison, followed by 5 years reporting probation, special conditions of substance abuse evaluation and treatment if necessary, weekly job logs, or maintain gainful employment once he does find a job, as well as stay away orders. And to clarify, that sentence is to F19 16495 and F19 16524. As to F19 16494, the DWLS, that would just be an adjudication, 5-year state prison. It's the max.
Seems like part of a problem or part of a plan. I'm sorry, I gotta take these off because it's loud. It's almost like a plan here. Like, we get this one app that goes crazy. You want to hear something fucked up about TikTok? Listen. Who knows, Rise Above? Who knows what they're going to do? Do you want to find out? I don't. So I'm not going to have the shit. Okay, it's not her. But yeah, I mean, why would you want to keep an app that is owned by communist China? Why? I guess I don't get it. Is it that entertaining? And you know what else? I'm going to tell you. I don't like how when you're on there, you're scrolling and scrolling. You have no idea what you're going to see. Like, social media is already fucking up our brains, but here we have this app that you have no control of what's next. You could see something so gruesome that triggers you and you have no warning. At least on YouTube. You know who this judge looks like? Gabby Petito's mom. At least on YouTube, you have a title. You can choose to click it. My daughter was on there. She's scrolling and she sees pictures of Jeffrey Dahmer crime scene. And she's very sensitive to that shit. Yeah, I mean, all the kids, they're not worried about us. They don't want us. We're going to either die of COVID or whatever the fuck else is going to go on. It's the younger generation. They're going to have all their information, right? And what they want to do is they want to make it one app, just like China has. I can give you guys links to documentaries about this. They have one app. They don't take an ID. They have nothing. They have a phone and one app. and it has your license, your ID, your banking, everything on the one app. And then when they go to the store, everything has a QR code. Scan the QR code, automatically in the app, it pays for it. Done. All you got to do is walk out. Elon Musk is already working on the one app. You got to pay attention, you guys. I know a lot of people are like, oh, Elon Musk. You got to pay attention to what he's doing. Because he's not just making cars. He started making cars. That was what, brought him into the limelight. But I've talked to a lot of people who are like, I didn't know he did anything other than make cars. Yeah, he's working on a brain chip called Neuralink. Oh, yes, that was a Lady Autumn. Thank you for reminding me of that. So what's fucked up about TikTok is they give our kids this app. They create this app where anything goes. Anybody can scroll through and see anything. You have no idea. You have no warning. You can't choose not to see it. Whatever's put in front of you, you see. Right? So in China, their children have a different version of TikTok. Law and crime stream went down because they were on the pool in the courtroom. So in China, they have for their kids an app that's restricted from certain content. And they can only be on for a certain amount of time, and it times them out, so they have to take a break. So you tell me why anybody would use that app here. One good reason why. Yes, I have a lighter. But one good reason why. Is it that fucking entertaining? YouTube has shorts. I mean, shit. It ain't worth that to me. But the kids these days, they don't get it. It doesn't click. They don't have enough experience, wisdom, life experiences to know what that danger really means. All right, we're going to unmute on court. Sorry. Had to rant. Yeah, hypnotize you and take up how much of your time? How much time are you going to allow a Chinese app to take? Illusion, thanks. I'm sure Dan Abrams will love that you shared my channel, considering he hates me. I know, like, stop letting these fucking apps take up your time. Spend the time with your family, your loved ones, your neighbors. Go out, enjoy the world. Fuck COVID. Fuck post-COVID. Live as normal as you can. Think pre-COVID. Think before all these stupid apps and everybody doing everything online, virtual. How about in person? Fallon Owens Wade. Love watching your channel. It really helps me. Well, I don't know what it helps you with. Hopefully something positive. I'd hate to be a bad influence. But thank you for being here, Fallon.
494. I find the factual basis for the injury. Find that there is a factual basis for the injury between all of your cases.
Aw, single mama. Well, we have a lot of respect for you, and you are always welcome here, Fallon. Come in and vent, whatever you need to do, babe.
Effective assistance of counsel. Can you say you're satisfied?
Here, around here,
Accept or plead guilty. Find me
we
guilty
lift
if
each
we
other
pay
up.
you, and
We
sentence
don't
you to the
break each other
Peterson
down.
State Prison on
So,
F19-16494.
thank you for being
10 years
here.
in state prison followed by 5 years of reporting probation in the other 2 cases. Going to assess all court costs and fines.
Samara Sunflower. I would find out I'd be on there too in 3 hours and not even know it. They're making everyone so non-productive, unproductive.
Yes, page 37, Michael Suarez, percentage per half.
I like your name sold out. It's cool.
The state is ready. Mr. Rivas did reach out to coordinate that position, so I believe defense would not be ready. I have no objection to defense.
All right.
Thank you, Samara Sunflower.
Let's set this out for sounding a trial.
Thank you.
Dan Abrams isn't Sticks. Stacy. Dan Abrams is the producer.
Mr.
Sticks is
Goodman
the cop.
here for Otis Burns. Burns is on page 15.
Morning, Howard.
That's on behalf of the state. The state is ready in this case. I do
Who is
know the
this?
defense had at least one outstanding deposition of the lead detective.
Where
Just
all the
asked that
hookers
this case
at?
be another one that's on short leash just because of its age.
Is it already set no furthers?
This is Adam Goodman for Otis
Goodman, is that correct?
Burns.
You only have one decision remaining?
So we have two. We started Detective Denmark before Mr. Abuhop was on the case, but his Zoom was so bad that we were trying to get a copy of the transcript of the portion that he completed so we could pick up properly. So we have to do him and the surviving victim, and then that should be it. We are trying to resolve it. Realistically,
You guys, I'm gonna go grab something to drink. I am
set for
parched.
2016
I'll be right back,
homicide
okay?
in the beginning of January. And then I'm on a very short lease in front of Judge Moore on a brand new case, but he's making us come back every 2 weeks. So January is probably not realistic. I probably have time in February to put, I know I have February.
I'm going to set it in March, okay? Which should
Okay.
give you plenty of time to get ready and should give you plenty of time to complete the depositions. I'm going to mark it no further continuances.
Can I ask for when in March? Because I know 1 week is.
I'm going to give you the dates now. 3/2 and 3/13. 3/2 and 3/13.
That would be fine because as long as, it wouldn't take more than that week. So, okay.
No further continuances. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
That's continuance. All right, let me go back to page 7. Aaron Lipscomb. Motion to reinstate.
Cooperate.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like it was well taken, but Staten, do you have a chance to look at it?
Your Honor, I did. I there's no objection to him being reinstated.
Go ahead and reinstate.
I flashed and said, wow.
What was it, to
Pretty
house?
far out.
Remind me what the bond was?
I thought it was pretty far out.
Yes.
Good as hell. I got that stuck in my head now.
What did you ask, George? Yeah, reinstate. Let's go to page 9, Terrence Whitfield. Also on for sounding, stay ready. Stay would not be ready. Are you ready?
Yes, sir, I'm ready. Oh, no,
You're not ready because you're on vacation.
Correct, ready but before the vacation.
All right, I'm gonna grant a joint continuance. On page 10, Jorge Franco.
Did you please pass up for the defense?
All right. Diana, can you call? Jason? Joshua. Jason's the actor, right? Joshua Alexander.
I would get rid of
Okay,
TikTok.
if you can get him to come on.
Diane Menzies, judicial assistant.
Objection. Danilo Saavedra on page 11.
Our Alfio assistant will defender on his behalf. Your Honor, I'm joined by Daniela Torrealba and Alexander Shear, also on behalf of Mr. Saavedra.
Sean Abuhoff on behalf of the state.
All right, are we ready? You had said that we might be.
So we're ready. The only issue is scheduling, Judge. This is set the week of Christmas. And this case has been ready. We just have a series of scheduling issues that have occurred on this case. Unfortunately, everyone is ready to go. And our recommendation is that we set this for January 30th.
That's okay.
Because
January 30th. What else do we have going? January for trial. What else do we have happening that week? Is that an O week?
There was leakage and that there was a lot of leakage.
Whoop whoop. Welcome, Illusion. Thank you for becoming a reverter. Roberta.
All right, it's going to be specially set. And we're going to go to trial. No further continuances. 119 and 130.
just to let Your Honor know, because you need to come.
Welcome, everybody that's just joining. Welcome to JS for Justice.
Probably 100 jurors.
We are waiting for Courtney Clenney to take the floor.
Diana, can we reserve courtroom 4-1?
Her ass is in jail, no bail.
Let's see if we can go ahead and reserve it in ahead in advance. Can you hear me?
Yes, I
All right, so this is for Danilo.
Oh my God, these people are.
On page 11, so it's
Has anyone ever heard of a quiet room?
1099. And if we could just reserve it for that week, jury selection, and jury selection may take several days. We won't necessarily need it for trial, just jury selection.
We might be able to watch that too, you guys.
Okay,
I'll have to find out from my girl,
Well, it'll
Eunice.
still be continuance. It'll be a conjoint. All right, and no further is 119. Okay, thank you.
Welcome to JS for Justice, everybody who is joining. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please.
Page 20, Vincent Minot, to Courtney as we have.
Sean Abuhoff on behalf of the state.
Sorry, what, page 20?
20.
The state has spoken to the defense. They've provided a large amount of mitigation. I have meetings with the next of kin and my.
Okay, this isn't her either. Judy, hi, Judy. I haven't talked to you, Judy. I got the bracelets. I love them. Thank you so much. And your letter was so sweet. I've been waiting weeks to tell you that. I hope you're doing good. Well, don't feel jailed. Wait, what? You got to get out there and just do your thing, Chicken Wing. But yeah, if you guys have the means and you'd like to support the stream, I have PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. If you would like to tip me, it is always appreciated and never expected. Your presence here is enough to me and amazing enough. So thank you for being here, guys. And thank you for your support. Thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for your shares. Thank you for your donations and everything. Judy just had baby chicks.
Town? Well, for that, I am.
Are you out of town?
No.
Everybody's out of town.
All right, I'm going to grant it defense continuance.
Looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck.
Let's set this sooner than in February, and it's going to be no further continuances. 2/2/13.
What did he say?
On either side. Both sides are announcing ready. Or that they would be ready.
2/2/13.
Jose Suarez on page 16.
Bethany Joy, thank you for coming over. Yes, we had one of our subscribers recommend this channel. Welcome. Get out from Dan Abrams' titty. Welcome to J's for Justice.
Somebody reach out to him in your office. For,
Instead of
Trevor
John Wayne Bobbitt, Dan
Flagg,
Abrams Titty.
State will be ready.
I'm already. Continuance.
John Wayne Bobbitt's penis.
Oh, shit. Illusion, I like seeing your name in green. It's pretty badass.
On page 30, Melissa Castro, 7 cases.
Yes.
Smash that like, yo. Bethany, is this not better than Law and Crime?
7 cases today.
If it is, go over there and say, dude, I found a better stream. Come over here.
Charles McCall on page 34.
It's not as recent. He said this, he has passed away. He received confirmation from corrections. That's correct. Standing in, Courtney not standing in for ASA Duncan. My understanding is.
Or how about better yet, chocolate milk? Subscribe to J is for Justice podcast. Should I unmute and say that? What up, Alan? Mr. Allen's shoes. Mr. Allen's. Oh, they ended their stream because she hasn't gone on yet. Why? Oh, I think you know what? Maybe they thought she was going to be in person and they were in the court. They were
36, Jose
going
Alcazar.
off the,
Fun for sounding, and I also have something
like
that
the
says that there
actual stream in the courtroom was, I think they said the pool camera was channel 7. So maybe they were like, oh shit, it's going to be on Zoom. Do they have an event for this for later? Who's Addie? Do they actually have a mod now? Hey Judy, she's doing well. Mama Kitty is well. Emmy.
Diana, can you call Nicole Alvarez on case?
Well, thank you, Samara. Samara.
Please.
Yes, Judge. There's an order attached. Not sure if you saw my
Note
notes.
for sounding. Oh, okay.
La la la.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and
Quiet and let me
grant.
finish.
Whose
La 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 la.
motion is this? Ms. Alvarez's motion?
Yes, Judge.
This judge really needs to get like a
I'm gonna
grip on
grant it,
her
and let's set it out
Zoom
for
here.
Sounding and trial.
Yeah, they weren't expecting it to be this long, probably. But guess what? We here for the long haul, yo. We can trim this later. Stacy Gay, thank you for subscribing. Let's give some shout outs. Susie Wright, thank you for subscribing. Natalie, thank you for subscribing.
All right, on page 39.
Diana Menzies, hey, Dr. Momo.
Good morning, Your Honor. I apologize for interrupting. My office called and said that you had called. I apologize. I thought I had checked on court and I thought it was in a different courtroom.
Yes.
Oh my God.
See. It's Jorge Franco for you.
Yes, Your Honor. Again, I apologize. Your Honor, on this case, the basis of the violation is a misdemeanor charge. We have a motion to dismiss, a C4 motion to dismiss on that charge prepared. It could either be argued in front of Your Honor because it's the basis of the violation, or it can be argued in misdemeanor court. Either way, it would have the same outcome. So whether Your Honor wants us to argue it in front of you and set a date for that, or we go to misdemeanor court next week and we can pick a date there, whatever Your Honor's preference is.
I think that if it's a motion to dismiss the misdemeanor itself, it's going to be under the jurisdiction of that judge. So that judge is
Humpty Dumpty called. He wants the shape of his head back.
set for that.
We don't have a hearing date on the motion. I can check the next upcoming date for the actual misdemeanor itself, Your Honor.
I can tell you that the next date is December 20th.
Are you serious, Illusion?
Misdemeanor attorney to continue the matter. I'm planning, the
Eat that shit, Dan Abrams.
So that if we brought back up.
Dude, it's these people, Shell. They bang into their mics. They're crazy. I think they got one like attached to a chair, and you hear it creak every 2 seconds.
We're asking for continuance because there's been a change of.
Hey,
probation
brainworms.
So we need to get that probation officer.
Oh, this is for you,
All right,
brainworms.
I'm gonna grant a joint continuance on this. Let's just set it in February then. Well enough after
Thank you,
that.
Good morning, HJ. You didn't miss it.
22233, is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Thank you.
Again, Ms. Gonzalez.
Thank you, Brainstorms. Thank you, Illusion. Thank you, Sunflower. Thank you for subscribing, Cairo Gyro.
Oh, can't you just text her? She's just about to. Thank you.
Yeah, they're loud and beefy.
All right. On, oh. All right, Ms. Gonzalez.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Did I ask them to do that?
All right, so this was Mr.
Welcome, Blonde
Dwyer's
Crimers.
case,
Welcome to
and,
JS for Justice.
They were in this morning to address it. I have it, it's 5 years old for 2 of the cases.
Thank you, Brainworms. You're awesome. You guys are great. Thank
Where
you
do
so
guys
much.
stand with readiness? Ms. Gonzalez?
Support the little guys. Screw the
I was
corporations.
given it, as for readiness, the state is not ready.
Oh my God, not ready. She rolled her eyes.
Witnesses for civilians are traveling during the scheduled trial date. I've been out for the last almost 2 weeks with COVID.
Oh,
I'm
COVID.
I have.
No case is perfect.
Just kind of discuss it with Jonathan Jordan. I understand the offer he wanted, which is effectively a CTS. So Mr. Jones can go to the feds.
Did they ban you guys?
My office is not comfortable with offering this gentleman a CTS plea. But I believe, considering that he has been in state custody for 57 months and 10 days, that we can reach a resolution.
So let's do this. I'm going to grant one final continuance. And I'm gonna have it be a joint continuance, because he's not gonna be here either. But I'm gonna set it in February and I'm gonna mark it no further continuances for either side because these cases.
Oh, just one more. Just one more. Just one more.
5 and 6.
Everybody take a shot when she gives
let's
one
set it
more
February,
continuance.
22213, and.
I'm gonna go Jonathan now.
Okay.
Because everything.
I mean, how can they?
Discuss it with my chain, and so I can do.
How can they not be
Gonna have
ready, and how can they not be prepared when you can do things online?
So they're gonna be trying multiple cases. Okay, thank you.
I don't understand that.
All right, a word from Mr. McCormick from the PD's office. Oh, good morning, Mr. McCormick. This is on page 16, Jose Suarez.
Yes.
Go take a puff, Judy. Smoke them if you got them.
All right.
Sean Abbott on behalf of the state.
I flashed and said,
Mr.
wow,
Aguilar, are you ready?
pretty far
Yeah,
out.
Judge, I have no objection to a defense continuance. I know there are depositions that are set outside of our trial date.
Judge, just so that you know, the reason I'm not ready is that the civilian witnesses have not shown up for deposition several times, and they're all listed in here of the state, so the state has to produce them.
Hey, Patrick Forsyth.
To compel that or,
I have not yet filed one, but I think I'm getting to the point. I mean, I try not to file those.
I'm fine with you filing them, and if you really can't get somebody in because I don't have the case.
Judge, I believe I actually did take them out of the care of the state, but if not, then I'll certainly provide addresses to the defense and we'll try to get them in.
Well, Judge, first they weren't listed at all. I think you should know that the history of this. Judge, first they weren't listed at all. They were listed, but they were all mentioned in the police reports. So I had them served at their homes.
Oh my
They never
God!
showed
Just
up.
excuse after
And then I
excuse.
moved for better addresses. Yeah. Judge Viscano saw
Thank
fit
you,
to deny
Patrick.
my motion for better
I
addresses.
love that you're here, Patrick.
Based on a reasoning that I won't even repeat here. But then then Mr. Abel listed them in care of the state. I haven't received anything where he's taken them out of care of the state. I mean, I don't know. They've been in now 3 different postures.
What you are witnessing is real. The participants are not actors.
Addresses.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna grant a defense continuance. If you go ahead and do that, that would be great. And if you still have trouble getting them in, or
I will, Judge, thank you.
all right, let's set this one then.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Page 47M, Carolyn Elizabeth Schultz. She's present.
This is for an arraignment on a probation violation affidavit.
Welcome everybody who's just joining us. We are waiting for Courtney Clenney. We don't know when she's going to be up, but we're entertaining ourselves in the meantime. Welcome to Miami-Dade Circuit Court. And please give this video a like.
Yes, you're requesting a 30-day reset. And we'll hold the
Reset it for
affidavit.
30 days. Just make sure that you get that to your attorney, okay?
Yeah, I've just stopped living because of COVID. Can you help me, Judge?
Well, has she been, let's just go ahead and appoint the public defender on her probation violation.
Yes, Judge, Assistant Public Defender Alejandra Fiscal on her behalf. We accept the appointment. We entered a general denial request for the discovery. And
Then we'll hold it in abeyance. And we'll reset it for 1/6. Yeah.
If you say Ferris
Yes.
Bueller, you lose a testicle.
All right, thank you. Let me go to the AC calendar. Sean Pierce. AC calendar.
Yeah.
Did he pick up an AC and when?
Who's Sarah Booth? I don't know that case, Brainworms. Hey!
Our plea offer state.
Not at this time. Your Honor.
Welcome to J is for Justice, all you true crime watchers and lawn crimers.
The guidelines are non-state to 5. I can double check.
Welcome to the non-Dan Abrams channel.
And he's, let's bring, is she available to be brought today? No, she doesn't get
The kid in the suitcase? Krista, welcome, girl.
Yeah, no, that's what we're gonna discuss with her tomorrow.
If you came here from Law and Crime, speak up or put a 1 in chat. Another Florida case.
Waiting for Miss
I'm not
Castro.
familiar. Oh God, I thought that was my dog barking.
We go to page 48M. John Sierra.
I don't know that one.
Motion for stay away order.
Sarah Boone. Man in suitcase. I didn't know that was in Florida. I thought that was in like Connecticut.
Motion is this.
Brainworms, thanks so much.
Yes, Judge, it looks like, Courtney, not to the state, I apologize. It looks like a stay away order was never issued at.
Bethany, I love you.
One, in this case with the
Good karma, hey.
Okay, do you want the defendant to be noticed to be present?
Hey, Rage.
Yes, it looks like he doesn't have
Make
an
a
attorney.
wish, Jay.
Okay, it's set for Raymond on 12:30.
That would be about the
Fine and dandy.
Right, let's make sure the defendant is present on that day, 12:30. And I will.
Oh, I remember that one now when they were drunk and like role playing some shit or being weirdos, freaks.
12:30, please.
I remember that one.
Present has notice to appear.
Is that getting ready to go to trial then?
Clenney. All right, and then Ms. Castro is. We'll deal with Ms. Castro's plea, and then was Mr. Prieto?
Yeah, he was like, put me in this suitcase. And she was like, okay, be right back. I'm tired. And he died in there.
Oh, and I had passed, why did I pass Charles and Paul?
I think he got in there voluntarily. I don't think she forced him in there. I'll get in this suitcase. And she's like, BRB. I'm tired.
Okay, go ahead.
I remember
Giving
that
preference,
case.
Representation on the record, not fitting in for ASA and Duncan as case F21-20983, the state announces null pros.
And
It feels like it was so long ago.
Ms. Castro step away from this commission. You can come up here. Yeah, just come up here. All right, let's go back to page 30.
Didn't she have a video or something of it
Castro.
moving? Like he was still
7
alive?
cases. What is the plea offer for these?
Yes, she does have 7 cases. The state will be
Hold on, guys.
dismissing one of them. That will be F21-21328. And then as to the remaining 6 cases, she would score 27.45 months state prison to an excess.
Sorry, 27.45.
27.45 months to an excess of 35 years state prison.
Right, brain worms? Like,
The
I'm gonna
officer will
curl up in
assessing
a fucking ball and get in a suitcase and play hide and seek. Like, who gets? You got to be on something other than alcohol to do something that fucking weird and stupid.
special conditions.
Just saying.
Anti-theft course, restitution in a grand total amount of $6,128.95 at no less than $175 a month, as well as stay away orders on all cases. Judge, so I have a little cheat sheet for the restitution and stay away orders.
If you can pass it up to me when I do this.
Additionally, as to F224990B as in Bravo and F2297.
Hurry back, Sunflower.
As a habitual offense.
Emily, welcome. Thank you, Em.
990 and 9749.
Correct.
Judge, Ms. Castro just has informed me that we need to make an additional counter offer to the state. An 18-month qualified for your probation.
Okay, so if you could pass up your cheat sheet.
Usually restitution amounts, so stay away orders will be the same.
Roberta.
Sandy, thank you for your donation. I received your Venmo donation. Thank you so much, and happy holidays to you as well. I appreciate that. Guys, if you're just joining, welcome to J is for Justice. We are waiting for Courtney Clenney, the OnlyFans model chick that stabbed her boyfriend in the heart and killed him. Cryo Gyro, thank you for subscribing.
So, what is it that you don't have, George?
It's okay, Kristen, don't cry.
That she is being enhanced on those 2 cases.
Yes, but she was actually enhanced as a perp on the case that the state is dismissing, so these are actually less severe enhancements.
All right, so
Josh, thank you for your donation. Thank you so much.
Enhanced, that's what matters.
Yeah.
Okay, so George, these are though all 7 cases, right?
Raise your right hand. You swear from the evidence about the
Yes.
Right, so what is your full name and date of birth?
Melissa Castro, 6888.
Right, how far have you gone in school?
9th grade.
Castro, are you currently in drugs, alcohol, medication?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any history of mental illness?
No.
I'm asking these questions to make sure that you understand what is happening in court today.
Thank you so much, Jilly Bear.
Do you understand the conversation?
Thank you, Jilly Bear.
The plea offer that's been offered to you to close out all.
Yes.
Right, so let's go through them. Ms. Castro, you've been charged in case F21.
I can't with the, I gotta mute them for a minute. I can't. She needs to tell them not to move their mic. Jilly Bear, I want to read your super chat for your new little kitty family fund or whatever you want with it. Thanks for all the hard work you put into. Jilly Bear, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I do it because you guys are awesome. The best thing about Law and Crime is that the lives are not interrupted by irrelevant comments like you do right now. Well, Ionia, feel free to kick rocks and fuck directly off. Go back to Law and Crime. Bye-bye. Bye.
21240, you've been charged with 1 count of grand theft, registry of a vehicle, and 1 count of misdemeanor petty theft. If you were found guilty in that trial, you could be sentenced up to 5 years in state prison, followed by 60 days in county jail.
Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split your ass.
Burglary of an unoccupied conveyance, a felony in the 3rd degree, 1 count of grand theft in the 3rd degree, and 1 count of use or possession of a fraudulent identification, a felony in the 3rd degree. If you were found guilty in that trial, you could be sentenced up to 15 years in state prison. In case F224990, you've been charged with 1 count of burglary to an unoccupied conveyance.
Hey, amen to that, crime sleuthin'.
You are enhanced in that.
I like your name too.
So you could be sentenced to up to 10 years if found guilty at trial, followed by 60 days in
Law and Grime. Law and Grime channel. They love to strike too. Like Nexstar likes to sue, Law and Grime likes to strike. Jesus, people with your mic. The judge has to be able to hear that.
However, the state is offering you a plea offer today of an adjudication, 2 years in state prison to close out all of the cases. They are going to dismiss one of the cases, followed by 3 years of reporting probation with the conditions of an anti-theft course and restitution in the amount of $6,100.
And everybody's like, what the fuck is this?
They charge for lives. How do you do that? How do you charge for lives?
Also going to be stay away orders. Oh, and that is to
Someone tell me how to do that.
In the rate of $175 a month at a minimum. Do you understand? Yes. There are going to be stay away orders from the victims in the case. The stay away orders are going to be from Sandra Aponte, Rosa Medrado Reta, Juan Norena,
And we are coming to you.
David Vega, and Ana Perez Moreto.
I'm actually going to tell Eunice they need to work on this mic thing because
Judge,
ridiculous.
she would like to know if her sentences came on concurrent and coterminous. I had already asked the state that, and they had directed to sentences coterminous one another, but they are going to run concurrent.
They'll run concurrent, but they're not going to run coterminous. Okay.
Comment of the day.
So you have stay away orders from the people that I listed. Do you understand that? Yes. A stay away order means that you have to be 500 feet away from those people at all times, and you can't have any contact with them. Contact means contact in person, contact on the phone, social media, texting, and you can't have a third party contact them for you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so that is the offer that's been offered to you. If you wish to plead guilty today in the 6 cases that you are pleading to.
Let's talk about them charging for Border Patrol Live. Can we talk about Border Patrol Live? Do you guys actually think that's real? Because I used to, and now I don't. After Jared Lysick and his patty mayo with cheese, fake shows and all that shit. You know, if you look at that On Patrol Live, you have to think about this. When do you ever see cameras in jail cells just willy-nilly, just doing a live streaming show? It don't fucking happen. It's all reenacted. I'm not saying they're not really cops. It's reenacted. It's a show. It's dramatized. And I don't like it because he's not upfront about his dramatizations, just like Jared Lysick wasn't upfront about his. And I don't like that. I like transparency because nowadays with the digital age, it's all fucked up, you know, and people are like questioning reality and is this an AI? Is this oh, is that a man or is that a woman? Oh, is there an Adam? I mean, I see the stupidest comments. But like, for real. It's all scripted. Because ultimately, all of us YouTubers are called grifters and money hungry and all this shit. And since the beginning of time in radio and TV, it's all about what? Ratings. Ratings from views. So you have to remember that all of these shows you watch also are relying on ratings. So not only does he have it streaming on TV, he's got it streaming on YouTube. So he's making money off the views on YouTube, ads, memberships, law and crime. Oh, you're so special. You're a member. Then he streams it all over cable networks. Advertisements. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. I'd much rather listen to me, a regular layperson, talk about nothing than give that guy more money. All right, going back to court.
In case F22.
It's all reenacted, you guys. None of it's real. Sorry, Charlie's.
Affidavit, there is a factual basis for the entry of that plea.
I hate to bust the bubble. I mean, my husband was pissed when he found out shit was fake. He was like, dang it, I enjoy that stuff. I enjoy those shows.
There is a factual basis for the entry of that plea. There's a factual basis for the entry of the plea in all of your cases. I find that you are waiving your rights knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently. You do understand the nature of the charge, consequences of taking the plea. You be represented by competent.
Another thing too is he's got his hands in a lot of things these days, like CrimeCon. Never before in the history of CrimeCon did we have victims, families on a stage set up, unsolved crimes, mind you, no trials yet, sitting up on stage talking about their pain.
The state is relying on for F224990B as in Bravo and F229749 habitualization are
He got involved over
F219127.
COVID, and
This defendant was convicted of
crime
one count of
control.
possession of cocaine and one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, misdemeanor, sentenced to CTS 3 days on 7/28/21. We're also relying on F17-19480, where this defendant was originally convicted of one count of grand theft of a vehicle.
You have to pay to watch the trial?
Wait a second. I just need for her to listen so that she can state whether she's.
It's kind of like Nexstar suing me for $2 million, saying that I hurt their revenue. Fucking kidding me?
Subsequently, she had her probation revoked, and on 11/18/19, she was sentenced to 366 days in state prison.
Ms. Castor, were you able to hear those cases?
Hey, Alligator Claus.
I mean,
where the hell have you been, lady?
I can repeat them.
I didn't forget about you,
In
Alligator.
F219127, there was one count.
Alan, I love you in Australia.
Possession of drug
Crikey. Crikey, mates.
Judge, can we stop for a moment just so I can explain
Oh, yeah.
what's going on?
Johnny Depp was a
And what
cop
the state is saying right now.
crying to her lawyers off to the side. The side of what, Courtney? Where do you see Courtney? I love that too, Casey. Angie. Judy, you're just straight up person. Girl, you are so right. And people enjoy that script crap. I just don't. I like to know. I mean, if it's scripted, I want to know it's scripted. Like when I watch King of Queens, I know that shit ain't real. But I don't want to watch something that they tell me is real and it's not real. Every reality you watch, every reality show, not real. Scripted. Scripted. Kim Kardashian. Yeah, our show really gave everybody a bird's eye view into our daily lives. No, it didn't. You let people see what you want them to see. Period. End of story. All scripted show. If it wasn't, I mean, I think anybody would watch, people would watch the Kardashians do anything. They'd watch them sleep if they could. But a lot of those shows, if they weren't dramatic, people wouldn't fucking watch them. And then they're not going to get the views and they're not going to get the ratings and then they suck. And then someone's going to lose their job. There's a lot more at stake in big networks.
In case I have another case I can rely on.
I love King of Queens too. I don't watch many sitcoms.
F18-20035, where this defendant was convicted of 1 count of burglary of an unoccupied conveyance, as well as 1 count of grand theft. Both felonies in the 3rd degree, and on April 16th, 2019, she was also sentenced to 3
Who's that crime sleuthin'? You say Ferris Bueller and you lose a testicle.
The cases that the state just said, do you recognize?
If you say
those
Ferris
cases?
Bueller, you lose
Yes.
a testicle.
Are you the defendant in those cases? Are you the defendant in those cases?
I just don't know how you can see her
To your
sitting
knowledge,
because
or to the
there's
knowledge of your
no
attorney, have those cases been set
view
aside
of
anyway,
her.
Or have you been pardoned by the governor? No. Right, so again, I am finding that you're waiving your rights knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently. That you have been represented by competent.
You guys can't
practice.
possibly
Counsel,
see
you
her.
say you're
Where are you
satisfied.
seeing
I
her?
therefore am going to accept your
Unless,
plea guilty in all
on Law and
cases,
Crime, they were
find you
in the
guilty, adjudicate you, and
courtroom.
sentence you to 2 years in state prison, followed by the 3
Shit,
years
that's right.
in probation with the conditions I outlined before. I'm going
I
to
thought
assess
nobody
all
was
court
live
costs and
anymore, though.
fines in order that fingerprints and DNA be taken. State, do you have an announcement on case F21-21328?
Yes, that's the case F21-21328, the state announced the null pros.
All right, and this is also going to be, so you are going to be sentenced as a habitual offender in F22-4990B, as well as F22-9799.
If I could,
Yes.
just to clarify, I gave the grant some of the restitution, I'll break them down by case. In F21-20812, it's $500. F21-2129, it's $150. F21-2140, $500. F21-21316, $1,400. F224990, B as in Bravo, $750, and F29749, $1,828.95.
Thank you, and I gave a copy of that to you.
Oh, I'm about to pull this bitch up on here. I didn't know she was on camera.
All right, anything further?
Hold on,
Yes,
guys.
As far as the cost of supervision, will Your Honor be, is Your Honor inclined to waive the cost of supervision?
F21-21316, $1,400.
Hold on.
F22.
What the fuck?
So
Hold on a
let's
second.
go then to Clenney's case.
F21-9749, $2,828.95.
Hold on. Son of a bitch.
That's fine.
What did I do?
Not from the state.
Yes, sir. As far as the cost of supervision, will Your Honor be, is Your Honor inclined to waive the cost of supervision?
Okay, if both
Hold
sides
on,
would
I gotta
announce
get my
their
shit
presence
together.
For the record.
Yes, Your Honor, Kathleen Hill, on behalf of the state of Florida, one advocate had to be in another court to undertake this matter, but he's also a member of our team.
All right. Thanks.
Yes, good morning, Judge. Frank Britt, on behalf of Courtney,
What the
Clenney,
fuck?
F22-14137.
Hold on, I'm just. Oh, this always happens to me.
I have. I do see that there are a lot of folks who are present for this case. I have issued an order, and it is in writing, and I provided a copy of the statement that we have today.
What is going on?
Sean Adams, copy of the
Copy of the order.
Don't leave.
The order does deny this case is granting state session.
There we go.
Yes, good
Deny
morning, Judge.
the,
Frank Britt, on behalf of Courtney Clenney, F22.
I've outlined the reasons in my written order. I think both sides did an excellent job of arguing their case, but at this time, we're going to go ahead and get it signed.
Judge, Your Honor, said order state's motion for pretrial.
Pretrial detention.
Judge,
It's got sounding dates. Oh, it's not.
Judge, I apologize for running late this morning. I was, as I informed the court, I was stuck in federal court. I did have a brief moment to review Your Honor's order. I just wanted to point out, I think on page 4 of Your Honor's ruling, you indicated that the defendant had ample means to leave the jurisdiction. However, I think that was negated by bank records and testimony of Mr. Clenney. The court indicated she had millions of dollars at her disposal and the ability to make money outside the jurisdiction, but the testimony was that her contract had been canceled, she's not working, and all those monies were used for attorney's fees, the home purchase, and she basically is bereft of any kind of funds to allow her to survive outside of the jurisdiction. And the issue, all those cases that Your Honor cited that she did not comply with orders of release for the Las Vegas misdemeanor, all these cases were dismissed. And we know at least in this jurisdiction, it's commonplace. And if an offender picks up a new charge, there's no bond. If that charge is no action or dismissed, generally there's a return to the previous bond conditions. So, we're just wanted to point out some of the issues that we're having. We'll consult together as co-counsel and decide where to go from here. But obviously, we, for the record, object to Your Honor's ruling and to release.
It's their audio. It's horrible.
Thing I also wanted to point out was, Your Honor stated that you didn't feel comfortable having her released on house arrest to her parents in Texas. There is a potential alternative that we did look into. There is an inpatient treatment program in Boca. It's called Karen Mental Health. We've spoken with the administrator there. It is a 10-bed, 60-day inpatient program. They often work with courts on release conditions. She could be released on home confinement there with electronic monitoring, ensuring that she stays in this jurisdiction nearby. She's monitored by the Miami-Dade Community Corrections Department on home confinement and would, I think, hopefully alleviate some of the court's concerns. So I don't have the program here today to be able to speak to you, but I could arrange another date when we bring in the administrator to answer any questions or concerns the court has. But like I said, we did speak to them and they did say they were willing to accept her into the program.
Judge, I don't believe it requires a response. There are no conditions that will ensure her presence and safety of the community. Any release to any conditions.
I don't think that any.
I just chatted that there was a lot of background noise.
Facility is going to alleviate.
I hope I don't get in trouble.
Whether it's loans or whether it's potential funds that have. So I understand what your concerns are and ask to file any subsequent filings if you file.
Terrible audio, man.
It's on for sounding today, so obviously I hope it's ready. So would you like me to just get a new sounding copies?
I think that would be best, Your Honor, at least give us a starting point.
All right. Then are both sides announcing not ready?
The state is not ready, Judge.
Ready for trial?
Judge, we're not.
Going to go ahead and give it new sounding and trial dates. Actually, I'm just going to give it a status date in 60 days. I'm going to take it off the sounding and trial calendar. You guys let me know what you'd like to do with it, but right now we'll just keep it.
2-6.
2-6. Status. Thank you all. Thank you. Yes.
Judge, just on behalf of the Ambaselli family, we just wanted to thank the court for the court's consideration and the time that you've given both sides in this case. Thank you.
Thank you. I do know that there's support on both sides today, so thank you. Okay, anything further from anybody here? Is there anything further from anybody on Zoom that's not related to Ms. Clenney's case? I'm gonna go ahead and log off Zoom. Mr. Jordan, yes. George Jones, Miss Von Pauls did come in. I said it also, no further continuances, that same date in February that you already have one. So it was F-17. They're all F-17 cases. They're 5 years old.
Yeah, there's been a plea offer on the table, but he's been, there have been some outside things going on with the cases, but if we have a resolution, I'll put it on before that.
Okay, all right,
Thank
you.
you.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah, they're loud and beefy.
I'm gonna go ahead and log off.
All right. She ended the meeting. So was that the end of the hearing? What the fuck? Let's see what this. Let's unmute this shit. What's she crying about? Or is this on delay? No, boo. So are they putting her in treatment or did they not decide? I couldn't understand all of it. It was horrible. And yes, pub. Fuck directly off.
You're what the French call
Les incompetents. Maybe I need to rewind. I'll be kind and rewind. You see her sassy? Look at her looking out. Fuck off, bitch. Okay, man, I wish I would have known this was on. I could have used both views. Nice pink cuffs. So I know they want her to be able to wear normal clothes. Shit like that. But yeah, she's straight up streaming law and crime. Like, fuck that. Okay, we're going to watch just this part, though. The last minute and a half. She looks a lot different, huh? Brain, I didn't know. They denied the treatment. Judy, I know.
You're not looking too glamorous.
Ooh! Did you hear that? That was her boyfriend's family, I think. No, she homely. It's amazing what makeup does. You know, people can say what I look like, you know, oh, you look like shit or this or that. Sometimes I go on camera with absolutely no makeup on, like straight out of bed. And I don't care. I don't need to cake on tons of makeup to go and talk, you know, from my heart and from my soul. You know, I mean, I'm just being me. So why would I put on a mask to face you guys? I wouldn't feel right doing that. That's just me. Makeup is a mask, you know. They said you ain't looking too glamorous now.
You're not looking too glamorous.
She literally looks like a teenager. Well, I mean, it depends on, I guess, how much makeup you wear. You know, some people wear way too much makeup, where they don't even look like themselves. Like, oh, Georgia doggy.
Yo le estaba diciendo a ella que yo no soy ella me dice, ¿qué semana estamos?
Do you have a moment? Yeah, sure.
The makeup. You know, look at the girls in Idaho. Really think those girls needed all that makeup?
I just wanted to introduce you to our new bee who's going to be taking over.
Oh, let's listen to the hot mic. These are, shoot. Hot mic ended. Oh, hello there. All right, so that concludes the hearing for today.
Okay, everyone, that's the end of that one. All right, thank you for coming.
You're welcome, baby. I didn't know that Georgia Dog was listening. I'm muted? muted. What you talking about, Willis? Michael Marin says, I don't know how OnlyFans works, but I would want my money back. Let me show you. You guys are so sweet. Thank you for all the nice comments. For real. It's really nice. I'm not going to say that I definitely don't get self-conscious. You know, there's other creators who have made fun of certain things, and you know, it sticks in your head a little bit, but you got to get over it, and you have to you just have to be you, man, and that's all that matters. But let me show you. I've actually had people come in and say, stinky dreads and things like this. It's like, fuck off, you know? If people put half the energy into being nice or saying like a nice thing to somebody else as they do attacking others, fuck off. All right, Courtney Clenney, is that who I'm looking for? I got some pretty good pictures, but I'm going to show you. I mean, you guys just saw her. She looks literally like a junior high school kid with acne and braces. I don't know why she looks like she has braces to me, but Illusion, thank you. Next hearing 2/6. We will be on it. We will be live streaming just like today, and we will have a lot of fun. If you guys could do me a favor and subscribe to my other channel. It's called The Courtroom Blues. And amazingly enough, Dan Abrams was my inspiration for The Courtroom Blues, because I felt like a lot of you guys had the blues over there at Law and Grime, you know? All you hear is them striking people, and, you know, anything goes. People can call each other the worst of the worst names in their chat because it's literally unmanned.
D's not Hansel, he's not Gretel.
D, that's you, Potato. D. I can't find her damn photos now. Oh, you want to see a photo though that I just came across in my album? This is Jared Lysick and his grandfather. I don't know what's on Grandpa's nose, but I'm not sure that I want to know. Just thought I'd share that. Yes, the link to Courtroom Blues. It's exclamation point empower. I think. Yes, thank you so much for your support, you guys. It's been rough here on the tubes lately. I mean, literally, if you don't stay live every day, you make peanuts, like pennies. Pennies. So you really have to stay consistent, and it can be draining at times. And sometimes I just have to take a break because I have to, because I have a life and I have kids and grandkids, and I can't, not take a break. But it affects the channel, and that's why I really appreciate you guys. But I want to be like straight up honest about it. Like, I'm not banking on here. You don't see me on no damn vacation. Hails to the no. I wish. And hopefully one day I can get there. And, that's when I'll be able to give back to you guys for helping me grow my channel. So thank you for subscribing to the other channel. I kind of have that as like a backup / because you just don't know when. Why did that just go up? Oh, because you subscribed to my other channel. That's the avocado alert. That's awesome. Darnell with 1 L. Free her? Are you crazy? Darnell, are you trolling? Darnell, you should not troll in cases where there's murders. It's just not a good look, Thank you, Sherry Wolf. Everybody's beautiful, You just have to be yourself. You have to go on your trip of a lifetime and just be your damn self. So here is what Courtney would look like when she would do her OnlyFans shiz. Wait, let me find the good one. Here. I mean, maybe I'm getting old. I mean, no, I definitely am old, getting old. But what? Oh, that's my other computer. Thank you for subscribing, you guys. Look, you can actually hear yourselves subscribe. I fucking love it.
You know, the proof is in the pudding, if you will.
Aw. My audio's cutting out? Nope, I don't think so. Sounds fine on my end. It must be you, Rose. It's not me. So tell me how this is so attractive. I mean, I'm not trying to like be an old biddy or anything, but it's so fake. And these girls that do this and put it all over Instagram and all that shit, they make all these other girls that see them think they need to look like this. They make them think if they don't look like this, they're not good enough, or men aren't going to find them attractive. But what I see right here is lips that have been injected with silicone or whatever the fuck they put in there. I don't know what the fuck they put in there. Lips that have been injected, eyelashes that aren't real. You know, lots of contour, whatever, eyebrows, whatever, fake blonde, whatever. But the fillers, the cheekbones, that's not just contouring. It's filtering. It's, I don't know what kind of work, but obviously you saw her skin. Her skin is not like that. I didn't even notice that I said hell to the no. But for real, I mean, guys, I've probably, and I'm so fucking happy about this because last month was our first month ever in almost 5 years that we are 50% female and 50% male.
That's correct.
I thank you guys so much. That is amazing. When I first started, I went back to like my first year. Male was like 20%, 18%. I'm excited. So guys, when she takes off the lip gloss and the eyelashes that aren't real and the eyebrows that aren't real and all that makeup that's covering her skin, and you wake up next to that, you go to bed with that, and you wake up with what we just saw in court. Make it make sense. I mean, are you friggin' kidding me? If you've forgotten what she looks like in court. I mean, I just wish that all of our young girls like had someone to say to them, like, don't believe the fucking hype, man. I can't stand, I mean, this goes beyond any like superficial ism. You know, when I was growing up in the 80s, graduated in the early 90s, superficial was so benign compared to this. Here we go. All right, hold on. Now, if you saw her first in the jail thing, or in the jail thing, you would never even recognize her dressed up. It's one thing to say, I'm dressed down. you know, but you can still recognize a person when they're dressed down or dressed up. Like they're still the same fucking person, except, you know, they're just cleaned up. That's why the old saying was so popular. He cleans up well, right? It's not one of those things where you go to a wedding and you see, you know, your cousin and they look like a totally different person. I mean, for reals. It's very sad. It's very sad. It's very sad for our young girls. And you know what else is really sad? The fact that they can so easily sign up with OnlyFans and show their body for money. And, you know, to each their own. I just don't think that there's really strippers out there that can say, I love my job. I enjoy my job. I mean, maybe, but unless, you know, you enjoy being groped or harassed, you enjoy nasty comments, you enjoy nasty men thinking nasty things about you. I just don't think that that's really something that someone strives for. But hey, who the fuck am I? Look at Natalie has a testimony right in chat. She said, I used to be a dancer and I do OnlyFans and I hate it. And I wish I never did it. After 9 years, it takes a toll. I bet it does. And I just think it's sad. I think that, you know, on one hand, women feel like powerful and they feel like empowered that they have that kind of control with their body and with sex. And depending on, you know, your background and where, you know, where you are in life, it doesn't, I don't think it means that these girls that strip are bad people at all. I just think, like Natalie just said, I just think that sometimes we get to a point, you know, where it's like we have to survive and we have to take care of ourselves and we have to eat and we have to, you know, have everything that we need. And sometimes, you know, that's that's where you end up. And I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at Wilhelm Meester. Wilhelm Meester. No one wants my OnlyFans. I can't give it away. Well, and don't you think that people are? TKO? TKO says, I would be so insecure when guys saw the true me. To the left, I would be thinking they might flee. But I think that's why their self-esteem is so low. You know, that they feel they need to look a certain way. Wilhelm Meester, it's bad, but so is selling your soul to corporation or destroying yourself to a sport. I mean, yes, we all fall slave to something. But do you not agree that the stripper dancer lifestyle is a dangerous lifestyle? It's dangerous. It's a risky lifestyle. You know? And I have respect for people. Everybody, I have respect for that. But I mean, let's face it. OnlyFans is online stripping. I mean, she's not there, you know, having a sophisticated conversation. And I'm sorry, Natalie. I'm sorry that you got pulled into that lifestyle. And I'm sure it is hard to get out of when you get into it for so long and that's all you know. It's hard. Yep. I agree with you, Potato. Photoshop and filtering has a lot to answer for. With teenage girls, I see it every day. I have to remind them what they see in pics is not real. and they're perfect as they are, but they don't see it that way, you know? You can say it so you're blue in the face. Yeah, it's porn. Krista Marie. Right. I'm not saying all of OnlyFans is not porn, but she's not doing fitness. She's not a celebrity. She made $1.4 million in 1 year. Pretty sure she's not playing the fiddle. I don't think she's lifting weights. But, you know, you do have to live within your means, and you do have to plan, but it's very hard. It's hard to survive. It really is hard to survive. But I don't think we should ever put anybody down. I mean, obviously, the fact that she's an OnlyFans model, I don't think has anything to do with her stabbing her boyfriend. It just so happens that she was an OnlyFans model, and we get to talk about it. Wilhelm thinks that all of us true crime girls are the sexiest because of our minds. I think a lot of guys think that. I think a lot of guys like the women in true crime. They just won't admit it. But seriously, for me to have 50% male and 50% female, you guys are watching the true crime. I just don't think you're chatting. I think the women are more the chatters. I think there's guys definitely that chat, but not as many as the women. It's kind of like in real life. Speaking of such, welcome back, Sandman. Yeah, she's not a blonde. Everything's fake. Everything on her is fake. On the right. Her neck, her jawline, her brows, her eyelashes. I just want to yank them fuckers off. It looks like she has a spider. And how can you even see through your eyes? I mean, shit. I don't know how these girls do it. And they spend so much time on their looks. It's just really sad. Mike says, I chat and occasionally I get in trouble. Vinny D, the young wolf. How you doing, Vinny? My cousin, Vinny.
Tamper that.
Yeah, some guys do get together and shit talk. TKO says, I'm right. That's why you're laughing, right? It's too much. They're way too heavy. Okay, so for example, like that Kaylee in the Idaho murders. I'll give you an example of the heavy. Okay, and look how, oh my gosh. Here's another before and after of Kaylee. She was so cute without the makeup, and I just don't understand why these young girls are caking on this foundation and shit. Because now I have to put it on, and I hate it. Like, I don't want to put it on. But when you don't need it, you're putting it on. I don't get it. But check this out. Oh, wait, why am I pulling that up? All right, here's another before and after. Here's Kaylee. Look how freaking cute she is. To be honest with you, I never even knew what she really looked like. I looked at those girls and I thought, my God, they all look the same. Okay, hang on. I'm going to pull up one with where she wears the makeup. Okay, come on, guys. Guys in chat. You know what? Women in chat, too. I know what women are going to think, though. Women are going to say, natural, 100%. Guys, who's cuter? Which picture's cuter, the left or the right? And we're talking about a young girl, right? Early 20s. And she has just a few, like, it looks like she got like the lash extensions on the left. Very little makeup, if any at all. She's beautiful. And the way that these girls think they have to change themselves to look like the right. You know who you can thank for that? Kim Kardashian and the Kardashian clan. They made fake the new natural.
La 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 means let me finish. La 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 la.
Their reality show that everybody thinks is real. It's sad. They fucked our kids' minds. All in the name of money. Yeah, I mean, you can recognize her. Yeah, it's not like Courtney, not as drastic, but it is drastic. I think doing makeup is a form of art, but it also can be overdone just like anything else, you know? Wilhelm, most of the modern warping of beauty was by men who do not even find women attractive. I know her freckles are cute. I mean, they have filters that put freckles on your face. Yeah, they're growing up too fast, guys. They're subjected to way too much, way too soon, and it's not their fault. Yes, Janice, absolutely. Is getting too many tattoos any different? What's too many tattoos, though? That would be up for, interpretation. How many tattoos is too much? To one person, one tattoo might be one tattoo too many. To another person, they may want to have them head to fucking toe. So who's to say what's too much? But I think when someone's unrecognizable, you can clearly say, the makeup has gone a little too far. And all of the, plastic surgeries and injections and things. I love tattoos, and I think to each their own. That's your form of expression and your art. That's a lot different. Like that's art. And that's a lot different than putting on makeup. Like putting on makeup doesn't memorialize someone or doesn't make you remember a good time or like a vacation or a time in your life or a person in your life that you may have gotten it with. Like tattoos can have so many meanings behind them that I think that's what I find so interesting about people's tattoos is that they're individual to each person and you don't have to explain them. That's a lot different than makeup. To make you look, like a different person or like a porn star. Why is makeup different than makeup? What do you mean? I don't understand what you're saying. But yeah, I just think it's really sad that girls feel like they have to go through all this fucking trouble. And not to mention the money. Makeup is not cheap. Makeup is so expensive.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I mean, with the cost, I don't know, man. It's crazy. All right, you guys, I'm going to wrap this stream up. And hopefully you guys will join me tomorrow for Friday Live at high noon. We're going to be, or I think, are we doing it at high noon? High noon tomorrow. I think I might have set it for 2 p.m. I'm not sure. But I believe there's an event. But whatever time it is, I'll be here. So if you guys can please check out that event, you can click the notify me. And it'll notify you like 30 minutes before I go live. Just so you if you have a minute, you can come in and say hello. So everybody dance it out. Don't rush on out of here.
You're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
So I'm going to play some music, dance it out, enjoy the chat. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support. And thank you to the Law and Grimers who came over and subscribed.
Jeepers.
I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. 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 You wanna be with me. You wanna feel something real, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to France, but don't wanna face the fact